I wanted to do some mixed media fun stuff today as I'm prepping and creating my ephemera for the Grace Revealed junk journal that we're making. Now, in the kit, on your one ephemera page, this is the bottom of the page, I've already cut it out. I gave you these really cool, like rusted looking numbers. And I did them for a purpose because I had watched a video by Louisa Heinzel a couple months ago where she did, do you want to make things look, what did she call it? Wait a second. Do you want glossy rust in minutes? And it was just so much fun. And I actually had most of the stuff to do it. And then I made this kit and I went, oh, that's going to be perfect. Because what I want to do is I want to use the numbers, okay, because we're doing 7 verses, right? So I first cut these out, and then I went, why did you cut them out, Diane? It's going to be easier to do her process. So look how cool they're going to be. Now, I'm not going to say they're going to all be on the same spot, you know, because I don't know yet. But I wanted to try this technique and show it to you. So I just did an experiment, and here is what it looks like. Now, I just did 2 of the leftover numbers after I cut all these out, and I want you to look close. Let's see if I can kind of show you in the camera. So it ends up having this glossy effect, and it has some blue that we're going to put some paint on it, and it's just like really cool, isn't it? So I can't wait to show you how to do this. So as I said, this is from Louisa Heinzel, and I will link her video in the in my description so you can go there. So it's easier to not cut them apart first. So let's set those aside. I wanted to just show you, you know, how cool it's going to look. And so here's what I did. I printed that page again, and I cut off the rest of the stuff. Although I think that I want to do the same effect on these pieces too. So what do you need to do this? The first thing that you need is you need an embossing dabber, and it comes in a clear. I got this off of Amazon. You can get it there. So you have to have the dabber. Now, I have an embossing pad. The trick is you can't really do this effect on it. You really need the dabber. The next thing that you're going to need is you need to get distress glaze in antique linen. Now, if you've ever done embossing, which I have a tray, you've seen them in my other videos, of every color that I could ever have, those are opaque. They're an opaque plastic that you melt on top of something. The distress is a glaze, and so it's transparent, okay? What does that mean? It means there is glaze on here. If you can, I have to do it like at an angle, right? There's glaze, but it just is like on top of the color. So because it's transparent, the color from underneath comes through. And the color that she used, and I didn't have, but I ordered it, and now I will use this over and over again. I got antique linen because it's the perfect color. It adds a slight dab of color, but it doesn't take over what's underneath, okay? So you need embossing dabber, and then you need distress glaze in antique linen. If you have alcohol inks, that's cool, but you don't have to add it. I happen to, again, see, don't forget, I used to do this stuff, so I have everything. She used rust. I can't get my rust open. It's so old. So I had terracotta, which is kind of going to be the same, close to the color. So do you see those dots of like orange on there? That's the alcohol ink terracotta, okay? The last thing that you need is some paint that you're going to water down, and I'm using blue. She used blue. There's blue in my numbers, but there's blue in my kit, so I would be using blue anyway, okay? So let me show you how she did this, and I think you're going to really enjoy it. It's fun. Now, I'm going to have to dab this on, and this may shake the camera. So I'm going to try, you know what I'll do? Oh, wait, hold on. I have an idea. I know what to do. Here, we'll put this on a holder like that, and then I can dab on here and not shake my table. Okay, the first thing that you're going to do is, this is random. Rust, when something naturally rusts, is not all over in a clear thing. It's just kind of here and there. So that's why you need the dabber. So watch what I'm gonna do. I'm tapping it and it comes through, and I'm gonna have to kind of hold it on there. You don't want to go everywhere like perfectly and try to cover anything. And I'm just gonna do all my numbers, because who knows, I'll have some more 8s and 9s ready, right? Because we're only gonna use 1 to 7. So you're gonna dab your ink, your embossing ink. Okay, so I'm kind of going all over. And I'm going to do the woman beside, because I figured that would be kind of fun. What if we made her look really old? I'm not going to do her face, okay? So I'm just going to do kind of these little, let's see, do I see it? If you turn it to the side, then I can see that it's shiny, and then I know that the ink is coming through. Okay, so let's do that. Do I have enough? This is hard when I have to hold it up in the air because I don't want to shake my camera. Do I see enough? You have to have a heat gun too. Okay, so that's probably enough for that. And if it's not, we can always add more. So then we're going to take our Distress Glaze and peel that back off. Now I'm going to take this off of here, and I'm going to hold it with my little tweezer thingamajig, okay? And over here, I'm going to pour some of this in here like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go like that and kind of put the glaze kind of all over it, wherever it sticks. And you can see that it's not sticking, so that's good. Okay, actually, I can't really use those and do this. Okay, so I'm scooping, and then I'm kind of dragging it across everything. Is what I'm doing. Okay, now let's get some on the lady. So we'll see if we can get this to work. Oh yes, that's going to be really cool. Okay, so you see we've got it here and there. It's not regular, and that's the whole point. I'm going to set this aside because I don't want my heat tool to blow that all over my table. That would make me very unhappy. Okay. We'll do these other pieces afterwards. We're just going to focus on this one first. Okay, then I probably will hold this with this now because this gets so hot. Now we're going to heat it up. Okay, so it got melted, and then she did this 2 more times, and I'm going to do it 2 more times too. Because while it's hot, I don't have to add any more embossing liquid. I just can add some more powder, and it will stick here and there. And that's what we're trying to get, another layer, which is really cool. Embossing can be so much fun. I forgot how I loved to do those. Now I'm going to talk to you about, if you don't have all this stuff, don't worry about it. I can show you how to age our pieces and make them look aged. You know, we can do that. So you got to work a little bit quick here, because when it cools off, then it loses its stickiness. Let's go over it right. Okay, now let me move this away. The next step is you take some alcohol ink in a rusty looking color, and you're just gonna put some dabs here and there. You don't see how random I'm being? Okay, that's all you want to do. I'm gonna ignore her face because I don't want them on her face for sure. Okay, and so it goes into the paper because I just printed this on cardstock, just to let you know. This is not photo paper. It's not at all. Okay, so now I'm just gonna kind of go and take off any excess. I'm just using a little baby wipe here. Okay, that's pretty cool. Look how cool it's looking. It's looking really good. Okay, and then you take, and so what I used was my Distress Paint in Speckled Egg. You don't have to use Distress Paint. If you don't have Distress Paint, don't even worry about it, okay? Just use any kind of blue paint that you have, and we're gonna splatter. And we're gonna splatter it on, just to get that really cool look. Oh, this is so cool. Again, I'm trying to avoid her face because I don't think we want blue dots on her face. So all I did was just put a little bit of paint, a dab of paint, and added some water, okay? That's all I did. Okay, and now we are going to heat this again because we want to bubble up the paint and set it. And, oh wow, don't they look so cool? See like the difference? Look at, there's a 3, there's the 5. I'll just set these here. Look how fun they look. It just really adds a whole other dimension, doesn't it? So I'm gonna let that cool down and then I will cut them out. Oh yeah, that's like really cool. Now I think this would work really well if I used photo paper too, because I can tell you right now there's gonna be a difference. The photo paper, matte photo paper, has a coating on it. And so where my alcohol ink went into the paper, it stained the paper, and it's okay. So I might do this again and do it on matte photo paper, and I'll show you a different one. But I want to use this on my cover, G for Grace, and I just love the grungy. I'm really into adding some grunge. So let's do that on camera, and then I think I'm going to do this piece. This just looks so cool anyway, because I thought about putting this on top of here like a metal plate, but of course it's not metal, but we could make it look metal, right? So that's what I was thinking of, like doing those. Okay, so let's go forward and try that. So let's try these two. Okay, first we put our dabber on. And what did I just do with that? Here we go. Let me put this back here so I don't shake the camera the whole time. And the reason you have to hit it kind of hard is because it's got a little, like a little, not a stick. It's like a tube that puts that into that felt. Oops. See, so I have to keep holding it to the side to see where it's a little bit shiny. Okay, that one looks good. Let's go back and just do this one. I'm just doing this one for fun. Like I may use it somewhere inside, I don't know. But while I have all my stuff out, I might as well reuse it, right? Okay, so we've got that. Now, let's move this over there. Get our tray back out. Get some of our, there we go. Now I put some on the blue flower, so we'll see how it works. I have no idea how it's gonna work. I'm just playing. That's the fun part of doing mixed media, because you cannot predict your result. It's a matter of playing. Now first, you think that I've covered up everything, right? Because it looks like opaque, but it's not. That's gonna all become clear, because that's what this is, the glaze is. Quickly put it back in while it's hot. See if we can get some more on there. Okay. See, this cooled down, so it's probably not going to get anything on that part. It's already too cold. So I should only be doing one piece at a time, I'll be honest, now that I'm looking at this. Do it again while it's hot. There we go. Let's see now. I think we might, oh yeah, we got a lot more. So you have to do it right when it's super hot. And one more time. We'll see how thick we can get it. Oh yeah, okay, see. So the reason it didn't work before is because it pulled off. Now I'm seeing what I did. Okay, so let's try that with this one. Got to get it good and hot. And then you can pick, see, now I got a whole other coat. Yep. There we go. Oh, yes. Okay, that's the secret. Rust. Oh my gosh, they're so cool looking. Okay, I'm gonna put a little dab here and there. Let's see. Okay, put a little dab on here. Okay, so yes, there's a difference in mine and hers, and that's because I don't know that she said she did it on the matte photo paper. I can't remember that she did or didn't. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna finish these, and then I'll stop the video. I'm gonna go print I'm going to reprint this on matte photo paper, and then we're going to look and see the difference, because that'll be a really good test, won't it? Okay, so let's do our paint. I think I need a little bit more color, actually. Put some more water in it. And then we'll just do it again, and we'll see what, we'll experiment and see what the different paper does, right? Oh, wow. That's so cool. Okay, and then we have to heat these, and this time I am going to hold that because it gets hot. Okay, so what do I think? I love that this is rusted. I don't like that I went over to the flowers. So I would probably cut that out and use that G. I really like this one. I think the two G's worked. I think what I need to do is try the other paper, because it does not look the way hers looks with my rust alcoholing. It's going into my paper. But they're still cool. I mean, I'm not saying they're not. They're still like really awesome. Okay, so I'll be back. I'm going to go print, and I'll be back, and we'll look and see. We will compare the difference, and then we'll decide. I'm back. What I've done is I have printed this on this paper. The Koala brand, which is on Amazon. It is a double-sided matte photo paper, and it's 48 pound. And so it's a cardstock and matte. Well, photo paper has a coating on it. Now, do you see the difference in the colors? You can already see the brilliance. Okay, there's a real brilliance about it. So let's look and see what the difference will be. And then I also thought about maybe I'll adjust my kit and take this G off the flowers and just give you the flowers and then the G separately, so you could get two Gs. But for now, let's just play. So again, it's take a screenshot. Koala, double-sided matte photo paper, 48 pound. Now, let me get my scissors, because we need to get this down to a size I can hold it. Okay, put that over there. I don't think I'm going to do her right now. I want to focus on what is it going to, how different is it going to look if we just do that. And then here's the difference. Look at it. So here's printing on just cardstock. Okay, and here's printing on the photo paper. To see the depth. So when you have, this is what I try and explain to people, you need to have all these different kinds of papers to do digital junk journaling, because sometimes you want that depth. This still looks okay. You wouldn't know it's not good, but just because you see this, it gives you a difference. So some parts of kits, I want that depth. I'm going to print on matte photo paper. But others, just background pages, you don't always have to print it on that kind of paper. Okay, so what did we do? First step, here, we'll do it again. Get our dauber out. Okay, so now I'm going to put some on. Now my graphic already has some rust on it, so to be honest, we're just adding another layer to make it look cool, right? You can't see. I can see because I've got it angled where where it's going on. Okay, where's 4? There we go. Okay, I think that's good. We're going to try that. So let's take it off of here. Let's kind of get that all in a bunch. Should be easier if I had it in one bunch. Okay, now we're going to put that in there. And we're going to rub it all over the paper. Yep. Let me try it this way. So I'm coming at this from both sides, only because it's actually a big piece of paper, and I don't know that I can always move it in the right spots. But that's looking pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay. So remember, we heat it and then we stick it right in when it's hot. Okay, let me get, now I need my tweezers to go to the heat gun. Now you got to get it in there real quick while it's still wet. Oh, I'm not sure I'm picking up enough. Maybe it wasn't hot enough like the other one. Oh no, there it goes. Okay. No, I'm not really getting that much more on it. Yuck. Let me try this one. Okay. I don't really think I got that much more on it. Oh. I think that, there we go. Maybe it's going to work a little bit better this time. I don't know that I had it all hot enough. Nope. So why did that other one work? I think it's because maybe I had more embossing liquid on it. I don't know. I'm going to get a bunch of, well, that's weird. Now, could it be the paper? Could it be me? I don't know. Definitely, I mean, I can see, you can't see, but it is melting. So, I mean, I get that, I see that it's melting. I just don't know why it's not picking up as much as the second one did. But, okay, well, it's all an experiment, right, Diane? Yep. Okay, I don't think I'm going to add any more. Okay, now this is going to be the test, right? It's going to be the test of the paper for this next part. Oh, that was way too much, Diane. Okay, that's all I want to do. That one blob, it was too big of a blob. Okay, so the alcohol ink works exactly the same on this paper. It's not that I don't like it. I just didn't think it would go get soaked into the paper. Maybe because it's alcohol, right? Like, who knows? I don't know. Okay, so let's do our paint. There. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna do. Okay. So, the difference, let's see. Is there a difference? Huh. Well, I have more embossing. There's more embossing powder on this one. Interesting. So these are faded. Those are clearer as far as the numbers are concerned. Okay. So here's my assessment. If you have matte photo paper, use it. If you don't, it actually works on cardstock. I mean, that's still pretty cool. I would still use those numbers. There's just a clarity in the matte photo paper. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna end this. It's gonna end up being a really long video. I'll try and condense the times I had the heat gun on, because that was no fun for you to sit there and listen to that. But this was fun. So now the next video, you're gonna see me actually using these parts in the junk journal. So please like this video, please share this video, please be subscribed to my channel. And the link is in the description if you want to go watch the Queen, Louise Heinzel, who is like the master chemist, I call her, of doing this stuff. There's the link.